Hi, a friend of mine, Jonathan Attenbourgh, has been in the news a lot recently because of challenges he had experienced with a shared surface in Perth. And I'd never actually seen a shared surface from the point of view of driver, and I wanted to come through and just drive through it and see how it felt and see if I could see if there would feel as if there was a difference between a normal road and this new shared surface. So I'm going to take a drive through it now and point out some of the things that I'm going to see that maybe other drivers wouldn't see. And I say that because I was a guide dog mobility instructor for 18 years, so I have an understanding of how guide dog owners use their dogs. I'm just going to pull up here. That's Mill Street on the left. We're going to be turning left. I'm turning left off this street on Canal Street. And as you can see, there isn't any information that I'm turning into a pedestrianised area. So I would say that's the first thing that there should be. There should be an awareness for the driver that they're turning into an area which is going to be a shared surface or a shared street. So it will be interesting when I turn around the corner just to see exactly, or whether I feel like I'm now in a shared area. There's a few pedestrians around. It's not that busy. It's now 9:45. I'd expect a few more people around at this time in the morning, but it's not that busy. So here we go. I'm indicating left and turning into Mill Street, where instantly there's a pedestrian crossing, and then I'm into a shared area. It's interesting, straight away I can see that the road hasn't changed colour. It's still the same colour as or it's a slightly different colour from the area at the side of the road where there are people walking. There's nobody walking down the middle of the road. They've not been encouraged to walk down the middle of the road because they still feel there's a pavement. I'm just driving through. There's a lady crossing with a mobility buggy ahead. I'm doing a roundabout, it's difficult to tell, probably 5 miles an hour. She's crossed the road, I think. She hasn't felt like it's her area. It feels like I'm still on a road. This bit's slightly different. It's the same colour as the side. I can see the tactile paving at the side. That's quite an interesting experience as a driver. I'm much more aware, but we'll see if I turn around. I can just turn around. I can turn around anywhere I want. There's no curbs, so it doesn't really matter. I've got this whole area I can just play around with in my car. That's quite an interesting experience. We're just going to drive back through again. Yeah, I feel I have more freedom as a car driver in this area because I can drive on the pavement now if I want. There's a car parked on the pavement, I guess, what we might call the pavement, or it's a taxi. A couple of people walking across the street ahead of me. But I still feel that there is very much a pavement on either side of the road. I don't feel like I am having to do anything different as a driver. I'm just pulling over. There's a car behind me. I just want to see what they do. Let's just see how they interact with us. No, wow. That's somebody who just doesn't understand there's a shared surface here. Oh, there's quite a few cars coming behind me now, and they are pretty much treating this area like a road. I can quite easily understand why a person who's disabled would feel, and certainly somebody with a visual impairment or somebody with a walking aid is going to not feel as if they're walking into an area where it's suddenly shared. They're going to walk into an area where they suddenly feel that the cars are now allowed on the pavement. This person's just come off the pavement. No, it's an interesting experience to do it as a car driver with knowledge of visual impairment and disability. And now here we are, coming up to a pedestrian crossing, and all of a sudden the pedestrian is king again. We've stopped and people can now walk across the road. Pedestrian crossing, really nicely designed actually. Whoa, this person's just come around the corner straight into a pedestrian area and there's another one at a fast pace. And you think, my God, what if there was somebody just walking there? Okay, it's an a really interesting experience, and I hope you've seen a little bit more about why, at the very least, car drivers need to be educated. If they're not educated and people don't feel safe using an area like this, then what's the point? Wow. So that was my experience of a shared surface, and I can only feel that the car driver was king of a road and now is also king of the pavement. That seems very strange, and I'm not sure I would feel safe if I was elderly or disabled walking through their area, or even not with a disability. So yeah, maybe a rethink.